place. In Florida? I'm in New York.
Plaza Hotel, New York's most exciting hotel experience.
Guests of the new celebrity Ding Dang Dong stay at the world-renowned Plaza Hotel.
Hey everyone, thought you might enjoy those cameos I had in movies I made in the 80s. I had a stunt double in a lot of those movies, and one looked like Macaulay Culkin and the other one kind of looked like Bruce Willis. But surely I jest. It's good to see you folks this evening. My name is Don Chin, and I am your host, and I am making this an open stream tonight. So if you are a creator of comic books and you would like to join my stream, you are welcome to come in and pitch your wares. All I ask is that you please keep it interesting, that you keep it clean, and that, I just, anything that you could show your grandkid is fine with me on this show. We don't want to go into that, kind of the R-rated zone. We just want to make it fun for all ages. So most of you folks know me from comic books, and some of you that may be tuning in know that I'm a real estate broker as well. But my passion since I was a kid was to be a comic book professional. And I got to realize that dream come true in the 80s, working for Eclipse Comic Books. And then we did quite a few parodies in the 90s. I did some science fiction superhero comic books. And it brings me here to 2020. I have not done anything comic book wise since 2007. And in 2007, the last thing that I ever published was a little book. I'll bring it out here. It was called Heroes, and it was a parody of the NBC superhero show called Heroes. And I think it's been kind of making headlines lately, even though that show has not been on in several years. There's been some controversy about the stars not getting along because of some person says that they were discriminated against. And so it's kind of not a bad look. It's not a good look for Heroes, but we liked the series when it came out and we spoofed it. Bill Mouse, my partner in crime in a lot of parody books, he drew this cover, and then it's a wraparound cover. We had two different covers. And in the comic book, the main villain's name is Skylar, but in our comic book, we named him Styler, and he was like a hairstylist gone bad. And then on the inside of the book, Bill Mouse kind of drew it in the Mad Magazine, movie parody format. It's black and white, and the word balloons are kind of rectangular, like you might remember in Mad Magazine. So this book, gosh, we must have printed probably under 10,000 comic books. Hey, Roscoe, good to see you. We did about 10,000. It was distributed in comic book stores. I still have like a pretty large box in my garage with a lot of these in mint condition. So we may come back and maybe let these be sold again in the future, maybe a signed edition. So that was the number 1B cover on Heroes, I should say. And then this one I like better, which is the standard cover. And it was a double spread cover. So you've kind of got the Ally Larder character smack dab in the middle of the spine, and she's like baking a pie on one side and then has a machine gun on the other side. And she had an interracial son. Yeah, we kind of look like a little mini Michael Jackson, which you can kind of see him on the back cover. And we just made fun of the characters and heroes that had them working at fast food restaurants. The Japanese guy Masaoka, we kind of portrayed him as a constipated office worker. So it was pretty fun. And one of the things that we did with this book that we didn't do on other books was we did a video promo, and we had it animated, and we wanted to at that time in 2007, the internet was taken off. There was YouTube, and people were uploading movies and promoting themselves. And in the 90s, the internet was so slow, you couldn't really buffer anything very high def. But in 2007, we decided to try to think outside the box. And so what we did was we hired an internet animator that I found named Dustin McLean, and he's really good. If you ever go on YouTube and you look up, I think his production company is called Dusto Films, and he is prolific in making knockoffs of big budget Hollywood movies, but like in your garage. So he'll fabricate all these great kind of cardboard vehicles, and so he'll make these trailers that are really, really, really funny. And maybe someday I'll have him on. But he has his own do-it-yourself movie, fan-made movies that get lots of views online. And so Dustin was kind of a hungry animator at the time. Hey, Ray Thulu, thank you for being my moderator tonight. I will try to figure out how to get you a wrench in real life. Let me see if I can figure that out. Yeah, I think I'm seeing you here. Figure out how to get you a wrench. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I think I can figure this out, Ray. I am going to. Oh, you're still my moderator. I don't have to change anything. I like that. I see you now. You have the power of the wrench, Ray, which means that you can get rid of people that are trolling, and you can post links to projects that people are working on. So that's really cool. I appreciate that. So Ray's promoting our, he's promoting X-FARCE, which is the project that we've been working on for the last several months. And we're actually getting ready to launch that on Sunday, this Sunday. So the plan is to go to INDIEGOGO. You can go to xfarce.com and you can sign up for our campaign. So when anything is updated on it, you will be able to be notified. And if you feel inclined to support our project, you will be able to do that with your hard-earned dollars starting Sunday, the 3rd. So we're going to run the campaign for like 30 days and see how it goes. Hey, Roscoe. Nice to see you, buddy. I see you guys are making lots of wrench and winch jokes. I don't have a very good pirate accent. Otherwise, I would make some kind of winch joke. But I said to keep it clean, so I'll try to honor that. Looks like we have 11 people in here. It's so good to have you folks. I am a relatively new YouTuber when it comes to live streaming. It's kind of outside my comfort zone, but I enjoy it. I've had a YouTube account for probably like since the early 2000s. And so if you look at the number of subscribers I have, I'm almost up to like over 1.8, like 1,800 subscribers, which isn't too bad. But a lot of the people that probably subscribe to my account, they found me because I was the guy that made William Hung famous, the guy on American Idol that sang She Bangs. And so back in that 2004, I saw William Hung on the promo for American Idol, and they showed him trying out. And if you guys remember, it was just one of those personalities where you would just stop what you're doing and watch the TV and see him sing. And you'd either like laugh uncontrollably or just go, man, that guy's got a lot of guts. You know, he's not the greatest singer in the world, but by golly, he's going to give it his 110%, which is what he did. And then lo and behold, he became like an internet sensation, and he got a record deal and commercials and so forth. So back in like the early 2000s, I was the only one that had his audition on YouTube, and I've since taken it down because I just kind of felt like, you know, I don't really own the footage to William Hung's audition. It was, you know, it was owned by Fox Broadcasting. But before I took it down, I swear I probably had like 7 million views or something like that on William Hung's original audition in front of Randy Jackson, Paula Abdul, and Simon Cowell. And so that was like the original clip that everybody would go to watch his audition. So that was kind of what got people, I think, subscribing to my channel. And I would be putting anything William Hung related, like he might go on the Ellen Show. And so we would digitize his appearance on the Ellen Show, or he might be doing a concert like in another country, and we would put little tidbits about that. And so William is still around. He's kind of an entrepreneur. He tries to, I think he's got a channel where he plays poker, and he wants to be like a Twitch gamer or something like that. And he's really big into Pokemon, which I never got Pokemon. I don't have the app where you go around and try to catch the Pokemon characters. I have never played Pokemon. I have grandkids who swear by it, that's all they want to do is collect the Pokemon cards. And so I know just this Christmas, my grandson, Christian, he's like 13. And so we got him a Pokemon, I think it's called like Pokemon Shield or Pokemon Sword. It's a Nintendo Switch game. And so he was happy as a clam getting that for Christmas. But I never caught on to Pokemon, but evidently William Hung is like a world-class Pokemon game player. So, you know, he's got his nerd cred with Pokemon, and he's good at it. I think he actually can win money playing Pokemon, just like those poker guys make money. So anyways, guys, I wanted to show you that video that we had Dustin do for this Heroes book satire. He was. And so I've got it all queued up here on my YouTube thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see this. And so a lot of this stuff I'm doing tonight is just kind of playing with how to live stream and to feel more comfortable, because I think for the next month or so while we're doing X-FARCE, I'll be doing a lot of live streams to kind of keep the interest up on the campaign, to hopefully get more backers. It's almost like running a Jerry Lewis telethon for like 30 days. So you're probably going to get really tired of my mug, but I'm going to try to mix it up and invite creators that are involved in the project to come on. And on Sunday, I believe probably Sunday morning at around 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, that'll probably be our first stream where we'll go a couple hours and have some of the creators come on and just kind of share what they're doing and what it was like to work on this book. We have about 13 different creative people working on this book, which is like an X-Men parody, but it's got 7 different stories. So it's not just one long 48-page story by me and Bill Mouse. It's like 7 individual stories with different teams Who's Jerry Lewis? You guys know who Jerry Lewis is. I want to see if I can post Roscoe's comment here. And I haven't figured that out, Roscoe. Let me see if I can I pin your thing? There we go. Oh, that's Roscoe gets the no prize as the very first comment I ever shared on my screen with somebody. So Roscoe, whatever, maybe I should give you a winch. I don't know. Would you be responsible with it? I'm not sure. Jalapeno Milk is in the house. Hey, buddy. He's a big comic book fan and a gamer. I think Jalapeno actually writes game reviews. We should have you in, Jalapeno, if you want to join. I think I put the link. Let me see if I can post the link in the stream here. Let me try that. Okay, yeah. I am sharing the link to join my studio. So hopefully, if you guys are brave and you want to come into this chat and just shoot the breeze with me, you can do it and share the screen with me. But if you just want to be in the comments and just kind of lay under the radar, that's totally cool with me. So I'm just making this kind of an open mic experiment. I've been on shows where you can just kind of come in and just give your pitch like for 5 minutes. And I like those streams. And so I kind of wanted to give it a shot. So now, Roscoe, the key is to how do I remove it? Okay, there we go. Sorry, buddy. That's Jalapeno. You guys are giving each other like lots of compliments in the chat. I like that. So hey guys, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. I'm so easily distracted. Am I going to be on Drawn and Quartered tomorrow? I don't know, Jalapeno. Do you know what the subject matter is? Sometimes I feel comfortable doing different characters and sometimes I don't. In fact, let me show you guys what I got here. See, most of the time in my comic book career, I wasn't known for drawing, but I did cartoon a lot when I was in high school and college. I doodled, I did a lot of fanzines and stuff. And so I became friends with Mike Miller online, and I supported, some of his books, like Mog 7, and I also supported Lone Star, and the latest one is Monster Hunt, which he's doing with Mike Barron and Doug TeNapel. And so over the last, few months, I've been interacting with Mike on Twitter, and then I noticed that he has a pretty big YouTube channel. It's probably got like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers to it, and he has a show every Wednesday night called Drawn and Quartered, which I think they're up to like episode 109 or 110. And so what he does is he gets a group of artists together, and at 7:00 sharp Pacific time, the host says, artists start drawing. And so they pick a subject for that show, and depending on what that subject is, the artist has to do their interpretation of it. And they actually have cameras that show the artwork being drawn in progress. And then after everybody is done, after I think like an hour and a half is how long they get to finish their piece, it has to be in black and white. You can't add color, otherwise you're disqualified. But I watched a few from a distance, and I said, man, these guys are really good. He's got guys like Elliot Fernandez in there drawing, and a girl named Siege, that's a really good artist. A guy named Matthew Weldon, who's actually drawing Monster Hunt. And so after an hour and a half, you get to see these amazing black and white art pieces. And some people draw like old fashioned, like pencil and then ink, or a brush and then ink. But one thing that really impressed me is there's a lot of digital artists. And so what they do is they have a pad, like a Cintiq pad or even an iPad, and they'll just render on the pad electronically. And they're really fast. And, you can fill in areas a lot quicker than if you were drawing old-fashioned style. So I watched the show, and then I noticed that guys like Jalapeno Milk or Edwin Boyette, they would be kind of the commentators on the show, and they kind of keep the audience entertained while these people were drawing. And so I got to kind of get an invite to be a spectator on the show, even though I wasn't drawing. And that was like maybe about a month ago. And so it was really funny because after the hour and a half is over, they vote. So the audience, which, could be anywhere from 40 to 100 people that are watching, they'll put up a straw poll online with each of the person's names that were the artists for that night, and everybody gets one vote. So at the end of the day, whoever has the most votes is the winner of that episode's drawn and quartered. So for some reason, the very first time I was asked to be on the show, I didn't draw anything. I just, I was just commentating and enjoying the company. And they put my name in the straw poll. I have no idea why, but I actually won without drawing anything. And it was an honor. I was flattered, but I think they were mainly doing it to spite Mike Miller, because Mike takes it hard when he doesn't win. And I have no idea how long it's been since he's won, but it almost seems like the audience is working and conspiring against him. It's like his daughter, Eden, I don't know how old she is. She's probably in her late teens, but she's really sweet and she's a really good artist. And she has been on the show like the last couple episodes, and she's won hands down like 3 or 4 times more votes than anybody else. So it's really hilarious just to see, Mike is going to put out a great drawing, and technically his stuff, it's just as good as anything you're going to see with Marvel or DC. And, he's worked for those companies, but for some reason he's almost like Charlie Brown on that show. You're pulling for him, but it's almost like, I don't know when he's ever going to win the show for real. I'm not sure. He deserves to win, but for some reason his crowd seems to think that it's funnier to see him kind of wallow in his misery. But I kind of took a leap of faith and I said, what the heck? I'm gonna try and draw on this show. And I was very nervous. I just kind of sent a tweet to Mike, and I said, hey, Mike, do you mind if I come on your show and try to draw? And he goes, sure. So he sends me a link to join the show. So the first, I've been on 3 shows, but the one, they kind of try to go with what the season is. And so this last week was, you're supposed to do Claus. So whatever your interpretation of Santa Claus would be is what you're supposed to draw. So we had people doing the traditional Santa Claus. Matt Cosson, who was the winner of this last week, he actually drew the guy from Die Hard. It was like a guy slumped in a chair and he was obviously dead. And across his chest, it says, now I have a machine gun. Ho, 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 ho. And that was hilarious because no one ever thought about doing kind of a holiday tribute with Die Hard. So I thought that was a creative stroke of genius. And then Siege, I think Siege and Matt actually tied. And Siege had this beautiful montage of the Muppets characters, like a Muppet Christmas. And unfortunately, she didn't finish it. She only had it penciled, but it had like 5 or 6 different Muppets characters, including, Beaker, not Beaker, but I don't know who the little purple bird with the nose. Maybe you guys in the stream know what his name is. He's like one of the main characters, but I never know what his name is. But anyways, I think Kermit was there. They had the grumpy guys that are up in the theater. They were in it. And then she had Death, Death kind of pointing like, I'm the ghost of Christmas past. And beautiful piece, but I don't know if I could find it online, but she definitely deserved to win. But anyways, so this was my take. I decided to make it Santa Claus, and I drew Wolverine, and he's saying Merry Christmas, bub. And I did that with hey, Kevin, nice to see you. Gizmo. That's the guy. That's the bird dude I can't think of. So anyways, I am not that great of an artist, but I think I gave it a good shot. This is what I did like in an hour and a half. And then the week before they did The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, everybody's kind of looking for reference material, I think, before they go on that show. So you kind of Google things, and you can, I don't know if people print them out and they kind of have them on the side where they're drawing, but I think a lot of the artists on Drawn and Quartered they just have a really active imagination, and they really don't need reference because they're just so trained to draw what they're thinking about. But for me, I'm not as visually equipped like those people. So I found a picture of you guys know what those little Funko Pops are, kind of like this. My grandkids got me collecting these things. They got me a kind of a green metallic plated Yoda for Christmas, but this is one that they gave me from like years past for Christmas. And I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot, and Rocket Raccoon and Groot. And so this is a pop of Groot. But when I was on the internet looking for a picture of Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas, I actually found kind of a Funko Pop version of him. So that's kind of what I used to inspire me to draw this version of Jack, and in his little suit, and he's got like I think it's a bat. He's got kind of a little bat for a neck piece, and he wears kind of this black and white pinstripe suit. I can't remember the name of his ghost dog, but I tried to put him in there. And the ghost dog, he's got he's got a pumpkin for a nose, if you guys remember that movie by Tim Burton. So anyways, this was my second my third piece for that show. But I digress. I was gonna show you guys heroes. I went down the rabbit hole. I'm not a very focused guy sometimes, but let me go to this heroes little animation, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right, guys. So here is our little animated clip we did for this comic book back in 2007. All right.
For thousands of years, human beings have shared the same basic traits. But all that is about to change. All over the world, ordinary people are discovering extraordinary abilities.
I'm Claire Pendant, and I have the power to regenerate and heal from just about any injury. Which comes in handy because I'm blonde and super clumsy. Whoa!
I came here to tell you about my flying dream. Seriously, I even made these totally bad-looking wings. Maybe I could, I don't know, be like a flying guy.
Lovely.
You see this? I painted this over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so?
So guess what I had for lunch today? Go ahead. Guess. I mean, really, how could I have known that? I've been hearing voices in my head. I'm hearing people's thoughts. The guy we're looking for is named Styler.
Wait, how did you know?
No, I don't think anybody cares about your black roots. And your shoes are fine, really.
Man, you're irritating. I'm scared, Mommy. I promise I won't let anything happen to you, Micah. Mommy went and bought a lot of cool stuff from that home shopping channel, and now they aim to collect.
You're insane. Open up. The world needs them. Their time has come.
Yeah, guys. So that's our first attempt at an animated promo for a comic book. Did that not work? Oh, the StreamYard link is not working. Is that what Morris said? Let me see, Morris. Let me see if I can invite you. I think. Okay, let's try this link, guys. I apologize for that. I posted a link that I used for a previous show, and maybe that doesn't work repetitively, because I have not seen any people take me up on coming in to be my guest, and it's probably a glitch on my end. So I apologize, but Morris, if you want to come in, Kevin Harville, hey Kevin, you're in California now, so you should come in and join me. Kevin actually collaborated on The Hamsters with me back in the 80s. We went to college together, and he's a very talented writer. He's working on a science fiction novel right now, and he's really good at computers. And I don't know if he's Kevin, if you came on, you don't have to, maybe you didn't shave, I don't know, but if you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. You have the ability when you do StreamYard to just have a little icon. So if I left, I think you'll just see like my face talking. Yeah, like that. You see a lot of people kind of appear on these streams just with like a little talking circle. And it's probably because they're walking around like in their robe and they haven't combed their hair. I don't know. So anyways, Kevin, are you coming in? Because I don't know if I see you in my room yet. I don't think I think there's like a green room where people are waiting, and I'm not sure exactly if I figure that out. I think I would see you guys in my green room, like along the bottom of the screen, which you guys can't see. I think if there was a guest waiting, I would be able to invite them in. Kevin, if you're still in the chat, are you coming in? Or you said it worked for you, but I'm not seeing you in my in the ability for you to come into the room. So anyways, this is why I'm doing the stream. So when we go live on Sunday, I'm not looking like a boomer. Oh, it says you're trying. Okay, well, that link should work, because I just pulled up a fresh invite link to come in. But let me see if there's anything else I can do, guys. I apologize for the the interruptions here. I would love to have Kevin come in. Oh, the Heroes video worked. You turkey. I was trying to get you to come in and be my guest. Well, if you're not ready, that's okay, buddy. We can do it some other time. I know I don't want to put people on the spot if they don't want to come and be seen by like 6 people. We have like 7 viewers right now. It's not like it's not like we're pulling in Nielsen ratings, but it's fun. Well, how was everybody's holiday? Did you have a good Christmas or if you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice. I don't know. What did you guys have a good one? I know it's kind of weird because we had to hunker down and not really, we weren't supposed to gather, but I had a good one. My grandkids were visiting from Sacramento, so I got to see them, and one's like, oh man, 15. He's almost ready to drive. I think he could technically get his driver's license, and he's kind of shot up like a string bean. He's like almost 6 feet tall now, and I swear, like 2 years ago, he was like my height, and now he's really tall, and his voice is super deep, and I'm just like feeling old. But he's still a kid at heart. He loves Star Wars. His name is Noah, and he actually does a lot of my thumbnails for my YouTube channel because he knows how to whip them out. He uses a program called Canva. And so I just say, hey, can you do me a thumbnail? I'll pay you like $2.50. He goes, sure, Grandpa. And like 20 minutes later, he sends me a thumbnail, and I saved myself probably an hour's worth of work trying to do it on a program. So that's a pretty good arrangement. He's a big Star Wars fan. He loves The Mandalorian. I'm kind of behind on The Mandalorian. I'm still watching. I'm on episode 5 of the second season. We just watched the one that Carl Weathers directed, the one that had Cara Dune in it, and they have to kind of break Baby Yoda out of being kidnapped by the Imperial forces, and I really like that one. The one before it with all the Mandalorian, like the Boba Fett's, the female ones, that one I just kind of watched in the background, but it almost felt like it was like an episode of Power Rangers to me. It had too many shiny people, and they were doing so much stuff. I couldn't really concentrate. I don't even know what the story was on that episode of The Mandalorian. But everybody says, oh, get ready for the finale. It'll make you cry. Or so my grandkids said, yeah, go ahead and watch all the Mandalorians until you get to the finale, and then we'll come over and watch that with you, like on New Year's Eve. And so I'm excited to do that with them. And then we're big fans of Cobra Kai, which is the Karate Kid streaming series that's on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's really good. It takes the 80s Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, the two guys that were high school adversaries in the first movies, and then it basically takes them and puts them into modern day 2020. And now Daniel is like a big car. He's a car dealer, and he's really successful still down in like Encino or Reseda, California. And then Johnny's basically kind of a loser dad. He drinks a lot. He drives like a Trans Am, and never really grew up. So you kind of got this clash between the rich, successful Daniel and the loser, drunk Johnny. And by some quirk of fate, they actually wind up, seeing each other again, and they're still kind of mad at each other. So that's a great series. And you get to, Roscoe says Cobra Kai is awesome. I get to, Roscoe, you're getting all the banner posts tonight. And then Ray, I'll give you some love. Yeah, what other old franchises would you guys like to see revived? I think Karate Kid, they did a really good job on that. The guy that plays Kreese, Martin Cove, he's really good. He's really crusty though, I don't know if he could really take on anybody. He's probably like 75 years old now or something, but he's still got that, I don't know, that that nasty kind of scowl, mean guy persona. I like that. What I thought was what reminded me of a good franchise was the episode of The Mandalorian where they had to kill the sand dragon thing. I think it just was like maybe the second episode this year, and it was all about the humans and the aliens all coming together to try to get rid of this creature that lived in a cave that was really big, and it would devour livestock and people. And I mean, it was really huge. So after I watched that episode, I said to my grandson, I said, that's just like Tremors, which you need to see. Tremors was like the Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward movie that had Reba McEntire and Michael Gross in it. Do you guys remember that? I mean, they did so many sequels, but nothing really came close to the first one, in my opinion. But to me, that was a classic 80s kind of schlocky horror movie, but it was well done. I mean, the sandworms weren't CGI. They were probably some kind of puppet or big robot or something. But Kevin says the Wild Wild West. That would be a good one. The movie, unfortunately, the one with Will Smith and Kevin Kline, I was really looking forward to that. And then when it was released in the theater, I said, oh man, this is a debacle, which is probably why they never did a second one. So you got to be careful. Some things are probably better left untouched. But I remember the Wild Wild West with James Conrad and Ross Martin. That had a really cool theme song on it. I like that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that Heroes video. Besides going live with X-FARCE on Sunday, I'm going to be a guest on another show that day. And the guys that run Mark Polton and Mike McMahon are two creators that I've been able to. Hey, Phil, nice to see you, buddy. Phil is in our chat. And earlier today, I did my first coffee and comics stream, which you could catch on my YouTube channel. And my idea for that was, everybody that's a YouTuber in the comic book business tends to do their streams really late at night. And the guys that I like to watch, like Ethan Van Sciver or John Malin, these guys keep really wild artist hours. And so I'll be like getting ready to go to sleep here in California. So I'm like 3 hours behind them, but they're still up like until 1 o'clock or midnight. And so it's like 3 or 4 in the morning over there. And my body, being close to 60, I just can't burn the midnight oil like that. I have to get at least a few hours of sleep to be decent. But Phil, my earlier stream, which is maybe why you came to come here today, was about faith-based comics. I know Ray Thulu was here moderating for me. And so I just kind of went into my background of, doing some Christian-based comic books back in the day. And I explained that I was invited to be an instructor at a, what's called the First International Christian, something comic conference. And so I met Phil Watson, and I think you're still cartooning, Phil. If you want, drop in a link in our chat to maybe where we can find your work. But Phil was, he was like this really handsome surfer dude that came to this conference that was in Manila, Philippines. And so Nate Butler, who was the guy that kind of put this whole thing together, he invited me and Kerry Gamble and Carlos Garzon, which were all comic book creators here in the United States, to go to the Manila, Philippines to teach people how to do comics. And Phil, I mean, this was back in 1996. I haven't seen Phil in decades, but here he is online making an appearance. So Phil, it's really good to see you, buddy. And I hope life is treating you well. Well, I was going to mention to you that I'm going to be on, let me show you this show. I think we have a little preview. So at about 12 o'clock noon on Sunday, it's going to be on the Primetime Polton Show, which is a YouTube channel. And these guys, they have a character called U.S. Assassin. And U.S. Assassin is kind of like a throwback to the G.I. Joe, 1990s G.I. Joe ninja action superhero. And so I've developed a relationship with these guys, and we're kind of cross-promoting our books together. So I'm going to be a guest on their show. Just about a week ago, I actually opened up the called the U.S. Assassin Foot Locker box, which I bought. It was like a $200 collection of U.S. Assassin comics and incentive items that they just shipped like about a week or two ago. And so I opened that up on a live stream, and I was really impressed by the quality of their work. So we're kind of collaborating and getting the word out to audiences. So anyways, I'm going to be on that show if you want to catch it. And let's see if I want to talk about anything else, guys. My wife is saying, how much longer? How much longer, babe? Let me ask her. How long do you want me to go? She was listening to something that she was interested in the other room, and she says it'll probably be going for a couple hours if you want to go and kind of have fun live streaming. So she's being gracious. She says she's just about done. So I'll probably wrap this up pretty soon. And if you subscribe to my channel, guys, you'll know when I'm going to be broadcasting. Ray, who's my gracious local moderator here in Northern California. Ray, I'm sorry I didn't give you a heads up that I was going to be on. I just kind of did this spur of the moment. And so if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you should get a notice whenever I'm going to have a show. Because right now I don't really have a schedule when I'm going to go on live, but I do plan, like I said, once X-FARCE Reloaded is officially launched, I'll be coming on quite a bit just to promote that and to kind of show you what's going on with it. Before I go, though, I wanted to play you the X-FARCE Reloaded trailer. I'll play the short one. In fact, let me go to the campaign. Let's see here. Okay, so if you guys go to xfarce.com right now, it'll take you to our Indiegogo page. And so before the campaign goes live, if you want to sign up to our mailing list, it doesn't cost you anything. You just put in your email address and you sign up. And so when anything is announcement is made about the campaign, if we hit a certain goal, you'll be notified. And another cool thing about signing up early is that if you wind up backing the campaign, you're going to get an exclusive trading card that no one else will get after the campaign starts. So right now we only have like maybe less than 125 people signed up. So now until Sunday, you can sign up and be part of that mailing list. And if you wind up backing it, you're going to get a trading card that will probably be pretty low print run. And I'm probably going to be signing those if you want. But I wanted to play you our little promo video that we did. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. and you can kind of see what X-FARCE Reloaded is all about.
My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons: Tangerine, Jeannie Gray, Beastie Boy, Snow Cone, and their friends from X-FARCE, Cable TV, Garfarel, Dominoes, and introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest: Magneto, Mistress Piggy, and Cesspool. Now, Parody Press Comics is back with X-FARCE Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7-fold color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Parody Press, making the world laugh again. Only on Indiegogo.
There you go, guys. Little teaser trailer for you. Hopefully you liked it. And that's been the culmination of many months of work, and we had a great team of people working on the video. Patrick Stewart was available. He was a lot cheaper than I thought. I guess COVID kind of made it hard for work. So, you know, we reached out to Patrick and said, "Hey, Patrick, I got $50." And he said, "What the heck? You guys know I'm pulling your leg, right? We got a voice actor to do to do Patrick Stewart." But he did a good job. I thought he was dead on. So guys, I'm gonna wind this up. I've got my wife wanting to spend some time with me tonight. We'll probably watch some we're watching a couple different shows. We're kind of going between The Expanse, which is on Amazon. She's a big Star Trek fan, so we're watching Discovery right now, which is pretty good. She doesn't seem that interested in Picard. I don't know how you guys feel about those. Discovery is pretty good. I like the characters in that, and the special effects are really good. But we gave Picard, season 1 a shot, and it was a little boring. So I don't know if it's getting any better. But my brother-in-law said, a couple of years ago, he said, "Oh, I'm really enjoying The Expanse on Amazon." And so we finally got around to watching it, and it's really good. If you like science fiction and you like good acting, the special effects on it are really, really good. In fact, I think it was one of the first 4K shows that was on Amazon. So if you have a high def TV and it supports 4K, it's like you're watching like spectacular movie theater quality special effects. We have it hooked into our stereo, so we turn the stereo on, and it's almost like a theater experience. But I have to say, lately, this season of Expanse, it's such a vast concept that it almost gets like too heady, and I'm not being able to follow it as well, because you've got all these different factions from Earth and Mars, and then they call the area in between Earth and Mars the Belt. And so this all takes place in the future, and you've got people struggling to survive, and it's kind of a grungy, almost like a Blade Runner type of environment. And it's pretty good, but I have to say I'm not getting into this new season as much as I thought I would. What we really liked that we just wrapped up was Ted. Oh God, what is the name of that show? Ted Lasso on Apple Plus TV, and that's a comedy series with Jason Sudeikis. And he's basically a college football coach that gets asked to coach a college football team. I'm sorry, college football coach that gets asked to coach an English soccer team. So it's kind of like a fish out of water story, and it's really heartwarming. There is some language in it, but he's just a really likable character. And so we watched that series this last week, and we were sad to see that it was over. You know, I'm sure they'll do a season 2, but that was excellent. So I highly recommend Ted Lasso if you have Apple TV. What else are we watching? We're way behind on Better Call Saul. We were big Breaking Bad fans, and so obviously you got to watch that whole series. And then they did El Camino, which I think is like a spinoff movie that Netflix did with the kid. I can't remember the kid's name that was in that Breaking Bad. Walter White, and the kid's name, Jesse. Is that it? Jesse? I think Jesse was the name of the kid. But that was a great series. But Better Call Saul is kind of like the spinoff with the lawyer, and it's kind of it's funny, it's interesting. We're trying to refamiliarize ourselves with those characters, and we're enjoying it. But hey, folks, I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to show you that if you sign up and you subscribe to the channel, I'm going to probably do like a let's see here. Can I share the background? I guess if I make it small here. Trying to see if you guys can see my background. No, it's not changing anything. I had a little graphic for my coffee and comic show that I was gonna try to show you, but I can't figure it out right now. But if I do another show, it'll probably be in the mornings, and it's just another kind of a casual get together time where we're talking about comics and pop culture or whatever is on your mind. So maybe I'll be able to get some guests in the future that'll join me for that show. So in the meantime, I just wanted to wish everybody a very pleasant evening. And if I don't see you before the end of the year, Happy New Year. And I really appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight and the support. So we'll see you later. And I might be on that drawing show tomorrow. I'm not sure. It really depends on who it is. If it's a character I feel comfortable with, I'll probably go on there and give it my best shot. But if it's a woman, I probably won't go on because I don't draw women very well. I can try, but I'm not. I don't draw nearly as good as those guys on there. So, anyways, it's good to see everybody in the chat. Phil, Ray, Fernando, Kieran, Kevin, Roscoe, all you guys. I really appreciate you coming in to support the Chin Man. And we're coming up on an hour. I think that's a good stopping point. I'm getting a little thirsty. starting to fade here. Anyways, thanks again, guys. I will go ahead and send us out with a little another funny movie here that it's the same one I opened the show with, but I never get tired of seeing myself as John McClane. So until next time, thank you guys. I had to edit out what he says at the end just to keep it PG. Anyways, thanks, guys. We'll see you later.